Charleston, West Virginia businesses that suffered economic hardships as a result of the recent chemical spill in the Elk River are going to have to hold out just a little longer for help. That's because the company responsible for the spill, Freedom Industries, filed for bankruptcy on Friday in order to cope with the dozens of lawsuits it faces as a result of that leak. The company, which produces and stores chemicals for the coal, cement, and steel industries, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, listing assets and debts between $1 and $10 million. Freedom Industries is now asking for $5 million to continue operations. Now, bankruptcy usually puts a stop to most litigation a company faces, which will force the plaintiffs of the 24 lawsuits filed to fight with other creditors for a share of the company's assets. And that fact is bad news for anyone affected by the spill. This incident happened at an interesting time for the company. It had just signed a four-way merger 9 days before the spill was reported. The company broke its silence for the first time in weeks, blaming the leak on a broken water pipe which caused its own pipes to freeze and crack. Residents were given the all-clear to start using tap water once again last week. The warnings are still in place for pregnant women. Although the Center for Disease Control says the levels of MCHM are now below the recommended 1 part per million, an increasing number of people are reporting symptoms from the local tap water to hospitals. As of Saturday, 411 patients had been treated for and reported chemical exposure, according to a spokeswoman for the West Virginia Department of Health and Human Resources. Also, the West Virginia Poison Control Center says it received 2,302 calls about the chemical leak by Saturday evening. Whether these calls and hospital visits were made out of an abundance of caution or from legitimate threats is still currently unknown. However, some residents are still refusing to drink the water.